The year was 2174. The galaxy had grown accustomed to the balance of power among its great civilizations. The Zendari ruled the trade routes with fleets of unmatched speed. The Kreth dominated the fringes with their biological supremacy. The Vardari stood as masters of the mind, their psionic abilities making them unparalleled diplomats and manipulators. Then humanity arrived. The Galactic Assembly first dismissed the small blue planet as insignificant. Earth was a backwater world, filled with primitive creatures wielding rudimentary technology. When the humans requested membership in the Assembly, laughter echoed through the chambers of power. No species so young had ever dared such arrogance. But humanity was not deterred. They sent emissaries to every major faction. They learned, they adapted. Within a decade, human ships could match the Zendari in speed. Within 2 decades, human genetics allowed them to rival the Kreth in resilience. The Vardari soon found their psionics ineffective against humans. It was not that humans resisted. It was that they adapted too quickly for psionic influence to hold. The turning point came when the Kreth unleashed their swarm upon a human colony. The swarm was a biological weapon, a writhing tide of organisms that consumed everything in its path. The Kreth believed the humans would crumble. Instead, they retaliated. The human response was calculated. Their ships did not fire until they had analyzed the swarm. Then they unleashed a barrage of weapons that melted the Kreth creatures mid-air. They had reverse-engineered Kreth biology within hours of encountering it. The Assembly watched in stunned silence as the humans countered a centuries-old weapon with ease. The Zendari sent envoys to broker peace. The humans agreed to the meeting. What the Zendari did not expect was the quiet confidence of the human delegation. The leader of the humans, a woman named Elena Markov, spoke with authority that belied her species' youth. She did not beg for peace. She demanded recognition. The Zendari listened. They realized that humanity was no longer a minor power. Decades passed. The galaxy saw humanity rise from an overlooked species to one of its most feared forces. The humans were not the strongest. They were not the most advanced. But they had one quality that no other species possessed. They could learn. When the Vardari attempted to manipulate a human colony's leadership, they discovered too late that humans had developed counter-psionic technology. When the Kreth launched another biological assault, the humans responded with precision strikes that rendered entire Kreth worlds uninhabitable. When the Zendari tried to blockade human trade routes, human engineers designed new hyperspace lanes that bypassed Zendari space entirely. Each time the galaxy tried to contain them, the humans found a way to adapt. They were not just survivors. They were innovators. The Galactic Assembly convened to address the human problem. The Vardari ambassador proposed isolation. The Kreth demanded extermination. The Zendari, ever the pragmatists, suggested an alliance. Elena Markov attended the session herself. She walked into the assembly chambers with no escort. She carried no weapon, yet her presence silenced the room. She looked at the gathered leaders of the galaxy and smiled. Humanity does not seek to dominate. Her voice was calm but firm. We seek to thrive. Work with us or against us. The choice is yours. The assembly debated 4 days. Some factions aligned with humanity. Others declared war. What followed was a century of conflict. The Zendari and Vardari joined forces with the humans, forming an alliance that reshaped the galaxy. The Kreth fought with ferocity, unleashing horrors never before seen. Yet the humans endured. They built ships that could heal themselves. They developed weapons that could think. They engineered soldiers who could fight 4 days without rest. Every loss they suffered only made them stronger. The Kreth's final stand came at the Battle of Elta Prime. The humans led the charge. Their fleet carved through Kreth defenses like a scalpel through flesh. By the end of the battle, the Kreth homeworld lay in ruins. The war was over. The galaxy was changed. Humanity stood at the center of this new order. They did not conquer. They collaborated. They shared their technology with allies. They rebuilt worlds devastated by war. They established schools and research centers that welcomed all species. But the galaxy never forgot what they had seen. Beneath humanity's cooperative exterior lay a species capable of unimaginable destruction, a species that could adapt to any threat, a species that had risen from insignificance to dominance in less than a century. The Zendari ambassador once remarked in a private meeting, "They are the deadliest species we have ever encountered, not because they seek to destroy, but because they do not know how to stop growing." Elena Markov retired to a quiet life on Earth. When asked about humanity's rise, she would only say, "We survived because we had no choice. We thrived because we refused to be limited." And so humanity continued to rise, not as conquerors, but as survivors, innovators, builders. The galaxy watched with a mix of awe and fear, for they knew that as long as humanity existed, the galaxy would never be the same.